Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 69, 70, 71, 72 Carryover League. We're about to finish the final division, looking at protected players before proceeding into the free agents in 1970, which would put us halfway through the eligible players in the Carryover League by year. And we go to the National League West. And we have the Houston, Dodgers, Giants. We had basically almost three playoff teams. The Astros just missed out. Dodgers, of course, Padres, and the Giants were in the LCS. Houston Astros. They lose Pete O'Brien, Larry Parrish, Darrell Porter, Rafael Ramirez, Dennis Rasmussen, Joe Sambito, and Julio Solano. Jose Cruz will be coming back. And let's see who's here. Well, we got Negro, Marty Martinez, Larry Durker, Denny LeMaster, Matoy Cannon, Jimmy Wynn. This Joe Cruz is, of course, the nameless card because Strat didn't print one. And he would have hit 353 in 17 at-bats, so that explains that. And Doug Rader. So, from the 70 box, these guys are available. You need to replace Julio Solano, and Jim Ray is probably not good enough to do that. At a 3.26 ERA, but the combination of homers and walks is not what you want at the back end of your bullpen, if you can avoid it. Norm Miller, not a whole lot to offer there. Not much defense or stick, not very good. Fred Gladding, I believe he'll get better in 71 or 72, so you may want to push him into the future. Mike Corkins, well, he's a starter. Just not saying that either. 462. George Culver, starter 7. It's all right. It's not too bad. He's better than the other guys. 397. That's about it. I just don't see this crew of players enabling Houston to get past the Dodgers or Giants. Speaking of the devil, here are the Dodgers. They are going to keep guys, move guys, and protect guys, and guys get retired. So basically, in short, Bill Russell and Bill Buckner are going to play shortstop in the outfield for the Dodgers next year. Dusty Baker will be sent to the Braves in a 3-way deal that gets Don Sutton to the Dodgers. And Bert Hooton gets sent to the Cubs in a deal that gets Andy Messersmith to the Dodgers. They retire Kirk Gibson, Mike Scioscia, Orel Hershiser, and Shane Raleigh. So we know we're losing a couple outfielders here. We'll have Buckner and Willie Davis in the outfield. So we'll need one more outfielder. And we have 2 catchers who aren't very good, and we really want to improve the pitching beyond. We need one more pitcher because we're going to have Claude Osteen, Don Sutton, and Messersmith. So we have Bob Taylor, who could be moved in a trade. He was a Giant anyway. We have Brewer, Osteen, Singer's getting traded. Mario Wills can be moved because we know we want Bill Russell to play short. Willie Davis, Joe Moeller's in the pen as a Dodger. And this Bill Russell is now eligible. Dusty Baker, you see his card. This is a nameless card because, bad print job there. He had 24 at-bats in 70. Bill Russell's a 1-2 in the outfield. That would be strange. His bat's pretty bad, though. But anyway, these guys can be flipped over because we know they're available now, Bill Russell. So this catcher, Tom Haller, could replace Scioscia, and he's very, very Scioscia-esque, except for the arm. A left-handed stick at 286. So Haller is going to replace Scioscia. We just don't know which year of Haller it will be. Torborg's got a -1 arm at 231. I think he's better in 71 and 72, not mistaken. And Bill Russell. Well, yeah. It could very well be that 1970 is the year they exercised the Don Sutton option. 72 is Sutton's best year, but they can't get that card in the league in this year because they're going to be getting the 72 Bill Russell and Bill Buckner cards. Next up are the Padres. Oh boy, remember they were in the '84 World Series? They lose Tony Gwynn, Terry Kennedy, Kevin McReynolds, Tom Nieto, Gary Templeton, Ron Washington, and two really good lefties, Dave Dravecky and Craig Lefferts. They bring back Jim Bunning, Nate Colbert, Al Ferrara, Clay Kirby, Frank Rehberger, and Dave Campbell. So, this is what the Padres farm system looks like in year 2 of the expansion. Dave Roberts, it would be really clever to sign this guy up. I mean, there's a Dave Roberts on the Astros, Dave Roberts on the Padres, and another Dave Roberts on the expansion team. And it's almost like he's going to have a good year by 1972. So whoever uses the draft pick first on Dave Roberts will get a good player. That's going to be interesting to see where this guy ends up. Danny Coombs, he's actually okay. 3.30 ERA. Pat Dobson. It's actually, his best year is 72, believe it or not. He won 20 games for the Orioles in 71. He had a losing record in 72, but he was statistically better in 72. But here's Pat Dobson. Again, this might be an opportunity where the Padres screw the Orioles over and take Pat Dobson here. The Orioles certainly don't need Pat Dobson since they have McNally, Cuellar, and Jim Palmer. So for an expansion team to steal a quality pitcher from a World Series contending team would be very, very useful. Okay, now this, believe it or not, Cannizzaro hit like 269 and went to the All-Star game. He's actually good here. He didn't go to the All-Star game, but he hit 279. So, yeah, you need a catcher, don't you, to replace Terry Kennedy? So, I would say definitely this guy. Probably one of these pitchers. So, the Padres are doing pretty good here in 70. Steve Hunt's a switch-hitting infielder with power. On base, that's a pretty clever card. I wish the defense was better. I mean, a switch hitter, when you see all this power and then you see all this on base, it's kind of a fun thing to fool around with, though. I mean, at least play second and be a 40-41, just to join all the other awful places he feels. Gary Ross, not much here. Too many extra base hits. That's just going to kill you. A righty who gives up that many extra base hits to lefties. All right, Yvonne Morel. He starts to get it going. He has some good years coming up. He might have better years coming up. But all in all, it's not that bad. And again, Dave Roberts, this is not his best year, but it's still a 3.81 ERA year. I mean, Roberts, Dobson, Cannizzaro. I mean, the Padres are in pretty good shape at least for being, trying to get a competitive roster together. And our final team to look at in the box is the Giants. They lost some big bats from '84. They lost Jack Clark and Terry Pendleton, plus Tim Flannery. And they lost half their rotation, Jeff Zahn, Storm Davis, and their bullpen of Minton, Holland, and Larry Anderson. So, we believe they're going to trade Gaylord Perry for Sam McDowell, which would give them two lefties, and that would help smooth things out. They bring back Hal Lanier, Bobby Bonds, Ron Hunt, ridiculous number of hit by pitches, Marichal, of course, McCovey, and we think they're going to trade Gaylord Perry. So, well, Don McMahon would be a right-hander reliever that you need. He's outstanding. 2.97 ERA. So McMahon definitely can replace either Greg Minton or Larry Anderson. Skip Pitlock is all right. 466. Too many homers and walks against righties for my taste. Rich Robertson, I don't see it. 484. We know Ron Bryant, you have to wait, because Ron Bryant will win 24 games for you pretty soon. So not that one. So pretty skinny on the Giants, with Don McMahon clearly the best guy here. So it looks like the Dodgers are probably going to go... The teams will flip-flop once again. Because 2 years ago, the Dodgers were better than the Giants. Then, as we proved in the Summer League, the Giants are better than the Dodgers, and that might flip again next year, and the Dodgers will be better. So that's it. Thank you for checking out the 69, 70, 71, 72 draft prep. When we do this again, we'll take a look at the free agents in 1970.